Hi!
I'm Molly Irwin.
I'm Josh Elliott.
I'm Cameron Dose.
And today we're reviewing 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So, Frances McDormand lives in Ebbing, Missouri with her son, and she used to live with her daughter as well, but her daughter was tragically raped and murdered like a year ago.
And burned alive.
Don't smile.
I'm sorry!
Tommy Wiseau moment. She was raped while dying.
Good story, Mark.
Check out the Disaster Artist review as well. It's been a year since her daughter has died, and nothing has really happened. She wants to keep this case in the public eye, so she puts up these 3 giant billboards that are basically calling out police. And it's basically this really dark comedy about the events that unfold after these 3 billboards are put up.
I'd not seen a trailer at all. I knew nothing about this movie, and I went into it, and I did not expect to laugh as much as I did.
But it was kind of like a shocked laughter, like...
I honestly think the best way to see this movie is by knowing as little as possible.
You wouldn't expect that for a movie like this. Like, you go into Star Wars and you expect there to be spoilers. You don't go into 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri expecting so many
twists
twists to happen.
There's a strong theme of, like, racial tensions in this town as well.
That's
homophobia. All of those things are kind of summed up in the character of Dixon. Sam Rockwell's character.
Definitely, like, the most dynamic.
That's my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
He has the best character arc of any character from any movie this year. Acting is great.
Everyone has an amazing performance in the whole movie.
Woody Harrelson plays, like, the chief police officer, and he's so good.
I don't think I saw an actor in any of them. I literally saw everyone as a person.
Yeah.
The thing about Woody Harrelson is, like, you watch, like, War for the Planet of the Apes. I saw my boy Woody up there, you know? In this, I did not. I saw him as, like, this chief that, like, is very sarcastic and...
So I saw Glass Castle whenever it came out, and I don't know, it's almost a more impressive performance in this than I thought in Glass Castle.
And every character, like, has their own little arc. This is, like, such a big dynamic ensemble cast. Like, I still remember Sam Rockwell's mom, the new girlfriend of Frances McDormand's ex-husband.
Peter Dinklage. I don't really think he had an arc, but I loved him anyway.
He totally did. Spoilers.
If you have not seen 3 Billboards, please do not watch this segment of the video.
No, you'll just ruin it for yourself.
Because you should see this movie.
This is honestly probably one of the best movies of the year.
Biggest spoiler is probably that
Woody Harrelson commits suicide.
I did not see it coming because he's standing in the barn and he has a sack and I was like, what's he doing? And he like put the bag over his head. I was like, oh, I can't watch.
His suicide has no relation to the 3 Billboards itself, but his suicide has an effect on that story.
Yeah, it almost like pushes everything to the climax of the movie.
And also, honestly, Woody Harrelson has like 15 minutes of screen time in this movie, and I missed him so much.
Yeah. The thing is, usually when they do that in movies, like, you watch like Godzilla and like Bryan Cranston dies really early on.
Bryan Cranston is in Godzilla?
He dies and it like ruined the whole movie for me. And then in this one, when Woody Harrelson dies, it was sad. It was definitely depressing, but it wasn't like I can't watch the rest of this movie.
But it just added something.
Yeah, it added to it.
And there were all these little moments that you just couldn't believe that were happening, like that. And then Dixon like goes and he's drunk, and then he like pushes.
That's my favorite scene in any movie
of all time.
It's one shot. It starts off in the police station. You like don't know what he's doing, but he walks out and it just follows him, and you're like, what is he gonna do now?
Yeah.
And he walks up the stairs and just following him. And like the secretary like tries to stop him and throws her to the ground.
He punches her.
Yeah, I know, he punches her.
No, he just beats him.
Brad, you can't come in. You didn't see this movie.
He beats him upstairs and then he throws him out the window.
Yeah.
There's a part where Dixon goes back to the police station at night and he finds the file about the rape and murder, and he like is looking at it. And then the main, I forgot her name.
What's her name?
I don't know, Frances McDormand's character.
She doesn't know anyone is at the police station. So she basically catches the whole police station on fire. He takes the file and puts it in his shirt to keep it safe, and then jumps out the window and he like catches on fire. It was a really good scene because you're like, I hate this guy, but he's doing something good right now.
Yeah, because he pulls the file out and puts it down.
And lays it down.
Her name's Mildred, by the way.
Mildred. Yeah.
And then he has this other redeeming moment when he overhears a guy talking at a bar about having raped and murdered a girl in the same way that Angela was murdered. And so he like scratches this guy's face so that it bleeds so that he can get his DNA.
He has like skin cells like underneath his neck.
Yeah. At the end, the police station says, oh, this guy definitely didn't do it because he was like in a different country. If he didn't do it, then that means he raped and murdered a girl around the exact same time Angela was raped and murdered, and then goes to this town where this other girl happened to be raped and murdered, and then talks to the mom about maybe he did it.
Yeah.
He definitely definitely did.
Yeah, and he couldn't be documented because he was in Cuba, which, like, it was illegal.
Do you think it was a cover-up?
Yeah, it was somehow a cover-up.
I honestly don't think it like is that important because I like it better knowing like was it him? Was it not him? We don't know. Just the look on Dixon's face when he's like, oh yeah, it wasn't him. He just like is so defeated. He thought he did something right finally,
Damn,
and he's
it was
just
so
like,
hard, yeah.
And then after that, the best scene is when Mildred and him decide like, yeah, let's go kill the guy.
Yeah.
And they just like drive.
Are there any negatives
Fantastic
about this
movie.
movie? Because I have one. I hope I get raped along the way. Yeah, well, I hope you get raped too.
I love that part.
Really?
I loved it too.
The thing that made it work is they didn't give you enough time to think about it. So they said it, and then the next thing goes boom, and it
Yeah,
keeps going.
it was like that gasp moment. Like, it happened, and then you go, oh, what?
It wasn't bad. It definitely had the effect on me that it intended to. It was too on the nose.
It's just like Mildred's character, you can definitely be like, yeah, she'd say that to her daughter. I do think that scene could have been like taken out though.
Because it's almost
Yeah.
easier to, like, have your own image.
I like the
of
idea
Angela.
of like, yeah.
I don't even think of that girl that was playing her as, like, the Angela. I just
Yeah.
have my own vision of who it was.
Oh, my second favorite scene is when she's sitting out by the billboards and she's planting flowers and stuff, and the deer comes out.
She says, don't try and make me believe in reincarnation because you're pretty but you ain't her.
Yeah, I love
yeah.
that line.
Frances McDormand should win Best Actress.
She really
I do.
should. Yeah.
Unless Sally Hawkins is like amazing in Shape of Water. Should we do final verdicts?
Yeah.
Final verdicts.
So this movie was my favorite this year, and I think I also went into it not like knowing anything about it. It was really nice to go into this movie and not know anything, but then be pleasantly and shockingly surprised. So I give it a 10 out of 10.
I gave Lady Bird a 10 because I enjoyed every moment of it, but Three Billboards literally blew me away. Like, nothing in this movie is cliche. There are so many plot twists, and somehow every single one of them works. All of the characters are memorable.
I saw this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the fact that I remember this so vividly just speaks to how great of a movie it is.
10 out of 10, no regrets.
I'm also going to give it a 10 out of 10. I've only given 3 movies a 10 out of 10 this year, and I don't like just love throwing out 10 out of 10s. Like, I did not give Lady Bird a 10 out of 10. This is a movie that, like, I will remember in 5 years. I'll remember in 10 years, and I'll compare other movies to this movie based on what I was, like, given. The cinematography was incredible.
Yeah.
I remember everyone's character really well, and I love the arcs, and I just thought it was almost a perfect movie. There's no such thing as a perfect movie, but this is damn near close. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
If you comment, I'll throw you out a window and burn you.
That was terrible.
Shut up!
If you comment, I will send you a cake.
Comment what you thought of Three Billboards. If you didn't love it, then you're a bad person.
Which is what we said about Lady Bird. But
Yeah.